Welcome to Houston, Texas, the site of Super Bowl 55 to conclude the 2020 NFL season. It's going to be between the Albuquerque Vipers and the Baltimore Ravens. Last time these two teams met up, Albuquerque erased a 21-point deficit to force overtime at 42 apiece and ended up winning on a field goal in that extra period. Now, of course, they are coached by Brian Billick, former head coach of the Baltimore Ravens, who won the Super Bowl with them 20 years ago. Both teams went into the playoffs as the number 2 seeds in their respective conferences, but the media here is predicting a Ravens victory despite Albuquerque being slightly favored in the desert. Lovie Smith is in his first season as the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens after a long stint with the Chicago Bears and then spending the last 3 years at Lambeau Field. Glenn Payton is in his 4th year as the starting quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, and he's headed to his first Pro Bowl as he's just put together the best season of his career with a career-high 27 touchdowns. Kyle O'Donnell over 1,700 yards and 10 scores for the Rookie of the Year, and Hakeem Morton 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns. He has been with this team since 2012 when they drafted him in the first round. He is one of their best players and one of their players that is most deserving of a ring, they would say. Clemens was a good signing in the offseason. In fact, they put together a lot of good signings, specifically on the defensive side of the ball. Guys like Watkins, they've signed over the last 2 years, and they also have a good amount of interceptions. And finally, their kicker, Dwayne Manyard, has been having a pretty solid season with a long of 56. Looking at the numbers, these are 2 of the top offenses in the NFL. The defense is not too hot. We could have a shootout on our hands. Here come the Albuquerque Vipers now, looking for a 4th Super Bowl. Meanwhile, the Ravens haven't been here since 2000 when Brian Billick helped them win their first Lombardi trophy. One of these teams will be walking away with yet another in the trophy case. Baltimore is going to win the coin toss, and they're going to choose to receive, meaning Brian Koch is going to be kicking us off, and we are underway. Hakeem Morton going to be returning this one from his own 1-yard line. He has space to the right side of the field, loses his helmet, but gets out to the 31. Here is Glenn Payton under center. It's going to be a draw play to the Rookie of the Year. Kyle O'Donnell takes that one up the gut for a pickup of 4. Baltimore is going to feed the rookie again, but this time he's going to be shut down. Early 3rd down and 5 on the opening drive of the game, and it's going to be a 3rd straight touch for Kyle O'Donnell on another draw play. Albuquerque was expecting the pass, which let Baltimore pick up the first down. Now looking to air it out for the first time, and that's going to be caught by the fullback Ted Kaufman, who's headed to the Pro Bowl this season. He picks up 4 yards right there. Faking the give to the running back now, and Glenn Payton has all day. The pressure forces him to finally make a decision, and the pass falls incomplete. 2nd, 3rd down of the drive now, and that should have been picked off by Javon Anthony, but Albuquerque will take the punt and their first offensive possession. Here is Isaac Parker punting this one away for Baltimore. Looks like it's going to bounce at about the 5-yard line, and it takes a very favorable bounce for the Ravens, pinning Albuquerque back on their own 5-yard line to open up today's game. Of course, they are quarterbacked by 6-time MVP Orlando Cross. He's going to hand it off to Ben Strong in his first year with the Vipers. He picks up 4 yards on the ground. Deron Daniels has been one of the best running backs maybe in franchise history for Albuquerque, and he would have been over the 1,000-yard mark had he not missed time. There's Von Lewis getting Albuquerque a little bit of breathing room out to the 19-yard line. Cross has time and fires a strike over the middle here to Jimmy Andrews. Billy Richards on the tackle. He's a little bit shaken up on the play. He had a pick against Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. Now in the flat, it's Ben Strong getting his 2nd touch of the game, falling forward and placing Albuquerque near midfield. Little bit of trickery here. They're giving it to Floyd, and he's going to get taken down in the backfield. The number 1 receiver for Albuquerque has had a very quiet postseason, just 1 catch for a short touchdown. Looking for the tight end on this play, trying to get the size mismatch. It falls incomplete, leading to a 3rd down and long. Of course, Albuquerque's looking to throw for it. Cross starting to run out of time, looking for Darius Floyd, but Fred Stafford knocked that ball away. Both teams had to punt to open up the game, so here is Glenn Payton on the second Ravens drive now, looking for his rookie downfield, but it was well played by the Vipers DB. Incomplete pass leads to 2nd down and 10. They come out in the I formation, but they're looking to throw again up top for Josh Small, and I have no idea why that is his last name, seeing as he is 6'7" and uses all of it right there. He's also got a good vertical to get them onto the Vipers side of the field. Payton has all day to throw yet again. No pass rush from Albuquerque. He's just going to check this one down to his fullback Kaufman, who picks up 8. Very pass happy on this drive after running the ball a lot on their first drive, and that's Tim Hansen getting his first catch of the game. Justin Williams on the tackle. Fresh set of downs here for Baltimore. Kyle O'Donnell bounces that one to the left side for a pickup of 3. Now Payton gets this one off over the middle to John Mitchell, and he's going to make this a 3rd down and 4. Toss play here for Kyle O'Donnell, but he's going to be tackled shy of that 1st down marker. What a play by Justin Williams. If that block holds, it may have been a touchdown. Instead, it's going to cause the first quarter to end with a couple of goose eggs. Baltimore's going to open up the second quarter of play with a Dwayne Manyard field goal, and they're going to be on the board first. Ravens with an early lead, but here is Harold White as a kick returner for Albuquerque. Made the Pro Bowl a number of seasons ago, has not had a kick return touchdown since 2017 though. Here is Deron Daniels taking this one right up the middle, and that's going to be a 5-yard gain as the Vipers look to establish the run. Now cross rolling to his right and taken down by Rashard Watkins. One of the best pass rushers in the NFL, makes it 3rd down and 15. Clean pocket here for Orlando. Cross just takes a shot downfield for Brian Moore, but there are 2 Ravens DBs there to break that one up and force another Albuquerque punt. Kyle O'Donnell here, he's going to lose the football, recovers his own fumble, and only loses a couple yards on the play. 2nd down and 12 after they go backwards. O'Donnell's going to pick up that lost yardage, and Mark Scott, who's having a career season in his first and possibly only year for Albuquerque, is going to have to limp off of the field. 3rd down and 10 now. Payton's going to take a shot in double man coverage, but Josh Small cannot do it again, and the Ravens once again are going to have to punt, as it's actually been a very defensive battle after it looked like it could be an offensive shootout. Deron Daniels is not going anywhere on the first play of the next Vipers drive. This pass floated out for Jimmy Andrews. He's unable to get to it though. Now on 3rd down and 11, will Albuquerque have to punt the football again? Cross fires that one to the left, and Andrews is right there. Great throw despite the pressure on Orlando Cross, who's only completed 50% of his passes today, but he is up to about 50 yards. Here goes Daniels, bouncing this one to the outside, and again, getting shut down right there on the play. Good tackle made. Cross looking to air this one out now, rolling to his left, and he's just going to throw that one away. It would have been a huge sack. Instead, they live to see 3rd down and 8. Quick throw by Cross is going to bounce right off of Darius Floyd, and he's normally very sure-handed, and I guess he just wasn't ready for the ball. It hit him right in between the numbers. Ravens now looking to extend their lead after Albuquerque still has yet to get on the board. It's going to be a screen to Tim Hansen, and the receiver's going to pick up 5. On 2nd down, it's going to be a give to Kyle O'Donnell, and he's got some good blocking to the left side into open space across midfield, and I don't think the Vipers defense is going to catch him. The rookie is gone for 81 yards, and Baltimore goes up by 10 points right there. That is why he was given the Rookie of the Year award, and look at that superb blocking he had on the play too. The Vipers now find themselves down by 2 possessions here in the second quarter, and the offense has got to lock in. Cross directing traffic downfield as he had all day to throw. Great job by the offensive line, and Brian Moore picks up a 1st down. Going to the flat now for Deron Daniels, and even in the air, the running back has been shut down today. Only a 2-yard gain right there. Going to the flat yet again, this time to the fullback. Ben Strong, his 2nd catch of the evening. He gets tackled across that 1st down marker. Baltimore's going to send some heat, and it's going to get home as Cross is going to be sacked on the play there by Turner. That's going to make this a lot more difficult as we reach the 2-minute warning. Going upstairs for Jimmy Andrews though, and the former Notre Dame wide receiver gets brought down just shy of the 30. A minute and a half left to go, and Albuquerque would love to finally get on the board here on this drive, but they don't want to give Baltimore too much time to respond. Handoff to Deron Daniels, and he's going to be going backwards as Mike Turner has a huge TFL. That's going to be a loss of 5. Now cross, looking to the corner. We've got our own tight end who's 6'7", but there are 3 defenders there to knock that one away. Third down and long. Cross going to the same corner, but this time Brian Moore is wide open, and he's finally going to get Albuquerque on the board as they're going to make this a 3-point game yet again at halftime. That's going to make this a lot closer of a game now, but take a look at the difference in rushing yards. 98 for the Ravens, while the Albuquerque Vipers only have 1 right now. Here goes Harold White on the kick return, taking this one out of his own end zone, gets across the 20-yard line and put down at about the 23 or 24. Quick throw by Cross is going to fall incomplete as he wanted his fullback on the Texas route there. Instead, it's going to be 2nd down and 10. It's going to be a handoff to Deron Daniels, still trying to establish the run, but he's not going very far. 3rd down and 6 now, and Cross is taken down again from behind. Mike Turner with another big play, forcing a big loss and a Vipers 3 and out. Glenn Payton looking to extend this Baltimore Ravens lead now, and his first pass of the second half is going to be caught by John Mitchell, finally tracked down from behind. The penalty is going to tack on 12 yards on top of the big play right there, and it looks like the quarterback is still on the ground. Glenn Payton, I think he got hit late, it would look like. Of course, that's what the flag was for, roughing the passer. Obviously, the Ravens players don't like seeing their franchise quarterback getting touched like this, and it looks like he did get hit late by Daryl Fannin there, and he's going to have to check out of the game, at least for now. That could spell disaster for Baltimore. That was his 6th completed pass of the game, but now Daniel Battle is in the game. Looks like Peyton suffered a broken finger, but will tough it out and return to this game. Of course, it is the Super Bowl. You've got to do whatever it takes to come back into this game. 3rd down and 5 now. Battle fires this one to the end zone, but there are a cluster of Vipers defenders there to knock that ball away, meaning Dwayne Manyard is going to have to settle for another field goal. That's going to give Baltimore a 6-point lead now. Play fake, and down goes Cross again. The Ravens defense continues to get to the former MVP. 2nd down and 17 now, floated this one out, and a nice throw there caught by Jimmy Andrews to make this 3rd down a lot more manageable for the Vipers offense. Quick throw over the middle is going to be caught. It's the tight end, Von Lewis, doing just enough to pick up that 1st down and keep this drive alive. Great throw there by Orlando Cross. 5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter, and again, Deron Daniels shut down on the play as Reginald Alexander brought him down, just a 1-yard gain. Cross is going to be sacked yet again. It's Alexander making back-to-back plays for this Baltimore defense. Now on 3rd down, pass is out and caught by Burt Myers, gain of 14, but Albuquerque needed 15, and the offense is staying on the field, just trying to get Baltimore to jump. No, they actually do snap the ball. It's a quick throw to Deron Daniels, immediately taken down in the backfield by Glenn Beal, and he just made maybe one of the best tackles of his career right there. That's going to give Baltimore some phenomenal field positioning and the possibility to go up by 2 possessions yet again. O'Donnell gets shut down in the backfield there, loss of 2 on the play. Now Peyton going for it all, looking for his star receiver Morton, who still has yet to come down with a catch today as that one was out of bounds. Now on 3rd down and 12, no running back in the backfield. It's going to be caught by Tommy Jones, but the rookie is not going to pick up the 1st down right there. 4th and inches, and instead of going for it, they're going to go up by 9 points. Field goal makes it a 2-possession game now as we're drawing to the close of the 3rd quarter. Von Lewis able to keep his feet in bounds there for the catch and pick up 3. Now Cross has time in the pocket, flush to his right, and missed his fullback on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. Cross fires a strike over the middle, but just out of reach for Andrews, and it's going to be another Albuquerque 3 and out, and the Ravens could really take control of this game if they can punch this drive into the end zone. Back-to-back handoffs here for Kyle O'Donnell, and he's only going to pick up a few yards on the play right there, but that is going to get the rookie over the century mark. That will take us to the end of the 3rd quarter now, where the Ravens are looking to secure a 2nd Lombardi trophy. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 as we open up the 4th quarter of play, but Scott is there to knock it away from John Mitchell, and he has been one of the best performers for Albuquerque so far today. Orlando Cross going to dump this one off to his running back, Deron Daniels, but Beal is used to taking him down now, and he brings him down after he picks up 7. Looking for Floyd there, but again, the number 1 receiver doesn't seem to have his head in the game for Albuquerque. They're 3 for 9 on 3rd down today. It's 3 for 10 now as that pass hit the back of the left guard right there off of the center and the right tackle to fall incomplete. And once again, Albuquerque has to punt the football away. Full start right here on the Ravens. That's actually their first penalty of the game as they've played very clean, still have yet to turn the ball over. Hakeem Morton only got 1 foot in bounds right there, and he still remains without a single reception. Now looking to set up the screen. No, they have a man wide open downfield. Peyton took him, but luckily for Albuquerque, the pass sailed out of bounds. Now on 3rd down and 15, they're going to take the safe route, just run the football with the fullback Kaufman. He only picks up a few yards, and now the offense has it back in their hands, and Cross is going deep. Lawyer Dumas, the 2nd-year tight end, right up the seam. He split the coverage for a big play, and that is exactly what this Vipers offense needed. That gets them out to the 37-yard line now. Cross has time in the pocket, rolling to his right, directing traffic downfield again, looking for his other tight end, Vaughn Lewis, but the pass is going to be knocked away by Alexander. 2 backs in the backfield, they're going to send some heat, and that's going to leave Brian Moore open downfield, putting the Vipers inside of the red zone. They're going to hurry things up now, handoff to Deron Daniels, trying to catch Baltimore's defense off guard, and they do pick up 4. This drive has to end in a touchdown, though it would be most ideal for Albuquerque, but the pass is going to be knocked away by Ben Ricker. 3rd down and 6 now. Cross is going to survey the field, roll to his left, and he's going to try to pick it up himself. That's exactly what he does, pushed out of bounds at the 5. Goal to go now for Albuquerque, looking for Floyd in the corner, but again, the receiver only able to get a single foot in bounds. 2nd down and goal. Cross, he's got time into the flat. It's going to be Deron Daniels in for 6, and the Vipers are going to be making this a 1-possession game yet again. They could go for 2 to make it a 1-point game, but opt to only kick the extra point. Now, off of the play fake, Peyton's got time in the pocket, and a man open downfield. Tim Hansen beat Justin Williams for a huge play. That gets Baltimore down to the 35-yard line already. Peyton moving around in the pocket, but this time Justin Williams is there to make the play and knock the ball down. No running back in the backfield here as Peyton's going to air this one out again, looking for Tim Hansen, and that's another time that he beats Justin Williams. Baltimore goes back up by 2 possessions after the extra point, which is probably why the Vipers should have gone for 2 in the first place. Instead, it's a 9-point game yet again here in the 4th quarter. Moore on the reception there, gets out across the 40-yard line, but the clock is ticking down, meaning Albuquerque's going to hurry things up. Cross, time in the pocket, rolling to his right, throws that one on the move, and finally able to have a connection with Darius Floyd. That's going to pick up 9 yards. Cross is going to survey the field again and go for it all. Single man coverage on Jimmy Andrews, but he can't come down with it. That's going to lead to 3rd down and 1 now, and the Vipers are looking to throw for it. Quick strike for Brian Moore, who's going to step out of bounds to stop the clock. Again, very pass happy, but the run game has not been working today for Albuquerque, and that's going to be another catch by Brian Moore, putting him over 100 yards in today's ball game. Running it right up the middle there. It's not much, but it does pick up the 1st down. Now taking a shot to the end zone again, this time looking for Floyd, but again, the shot falls incomplete. On 2nd down, Cross got time in the pocket once again, rolling to his right, and he's going to take a shot to the end zone, looking for the big tight end, but instead it's going to be picked off by the linebacker, Craig Jackson. Cross always loves going up top to Vaughn Lewis. He's a tight end who's 6'7". He has the height advantage on most people, but the linebacker ran back to it for the interception, and that's the first turnover of the game, and it could prove to be costly for Albuquerque. Their defense needs to get a stop here, and Ted Kaufman picks up some good yardage right there. Crucial 3rd down, last play before the 2-minute warning, and down goes Kyle O'Donnell, 2 yards shy of the sticks. As we do reach the 2-minute warning, Albuquerque still has all their timeouts, down by 9. This has to be a scoring drive for the Vipers here, and that's a good start to the drive for Jimmy Andrews. That's going to get them out to the 50-yard line now, as over the middle again, it's going to be caught by Andrews for a pickup of 8. That's going to get Cross up to 25 completions on the day, and he's looking for number 26 here. He's got it. Burt Myers just enough to move the chains, but they've got to hurry things up now, as that puts Cross over 300 yards on the day. Rolling to his right now, Cross is going to stop and launch this one downfield, looking for Deron Daniels, and the running back has got his second receiving touchdown of the day, and that's going to make it a one-possession game yet again. Albuquerque's still fighting back, and I don't think they used any of their timeouts on that drive at all, which means they still have a chance to get the ball back. They're going to opt to trust their defense instead of attempting an onside kick and giving Baltimore some favorable field positioning. Hakeem Morton has gotten all his action on special teams today. Albuquerque's done a great job of locking him down. It all comes down to the defense getting a stop though, and Chris Diggs just got ran over. Some rookie-on-rookie action there, but it's only for a pickup of 2. O'Donnell shaking off a tackler there and picking up about 5 yards on the ground. Biggest play of the game, and O'Donnell's going backwards. This time Diggs gets the better of him, meaning Orlando Cross is going to be getting the football back to put together a potential game-winning drive here in Super Bowl 55. Harold White waves for the kick return, but he muffs the football, and Crawford is there on top of it. The Vipers are all out of timeouts, and I don't believe it. The Vipers are going to lose the Super Bowl. He waves for the fair catch here, and I think he just missed it. It bounces on the back of his foot right there, and Adrian Crawford gets on top of it. Taking another look at the replay, no, it doesn't even hit his foot. It bounces into his right calf, and he's unable to recover it, which means Baltimore, for the second time in franchise history, is going to be Super Bowl champions. Craig Jackson, Super Bowl MVP. He had a sack, he had an interception. 23-21 is your final. And for the second time in franchise history, the Baltimore Ravens are Super Bowl champions. It took 20 years for them to get back to this. They had plenty of terrible seasons in between, some 2-win seasons, but they have bounced back. Meanwhile, it's just the second time in Vipers franchise history that they have fallen short in the big game. The other time was in 2014 against the New England Patriots. As the Ravens celebrate Lovie Smith, his second Super Bowl, he got Rex Grossman a ring, and now he brings a second championship to the Ravens. Just a heartbreaking way to lose this game. Over 300 yards and 3 scores for Orlando Cross, putting together a Super Bowl MVP type of performance. If he could have just gotten one more drive, the Vipers had all the momentum going their way in this game, especially at the end there. And there's not a doubt in my mind that if we just fair catch that, we go downfield, even with no timeouts and about a minute left to go, that we can kick a field goal there from like 55 yards out from Brian Koch. But no, our offense was forced to be very one-dimensional today. In fact, Orlando Cross was our leading rusher, as Deron Daniels was only averaging 1 yard per carry. He had 8 yards on 8 carries in today's game, as the Ravens really focused to shut him down, and it really put Albuquerque's offense all sorts of out of whack. The defense unable to get to the quarterback once today. They had a tough time with pressure, and at the end of the day, Baltimore won the turnover battle 2-0. We turned it over twice. We had that costly interception there, and then of course that muff punt is going to go down in infamy. Kyle O'Donnell was pretty much shut down after that 81-yard rush. He only had 20 yards the rest of the game. Tim Hansen, 83 of those 88 yards came on that single driver. He just continued to beat Justin Williams, just like he did when we played the Ravens a season ago. Their defense got to Orlando Cross 5 times today as well. Of course, Craig Jackson, the MVP of the game, he came away with the interception, and then Adrian Crawford with the fumble recovery. Dwayne Manyard was 3 for 3 when it came to kicking too. And it all comes down to this play here. He waves for the fair catch, and then I take my hands off of the controller. Normally the CPU does a fantastic job there of just fielding the kick. It's really easy. I don't know if he had the sun in his eyes or what, because he just completely missed it there and just decided to not get in. Crawford, right place, right time for him, which vaults the Baltimore Ravens into history as Super Bowl 55 champions. That's going to be it for this one. A heartbreaking game for the Vipers, But we're not done yet. We're going to be gearing up for the 2021 season, so the offseason will be coming shortly. You're not going to want to miss it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leaving a like is always appreciated. And until next time, this has been Jeffrey.